Yo, YouTube. I see you're taking a picture of me.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't taking a picture. I was just making sure that everything was kind of good.
Bet.
All right. But now, this is gonna be great. Let me turn this off.
That was my bottle.
Was it a beatbox bottle? I just got the jokes today.
I'm gonna take a picture too.
All right. Excellent. Yeah. All right, Mike. Great. Yeah, 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 yeah. I made that one myself.
Yeah, I hear your voice when you do it.
All right, so let's analyze this wild card together. No. Okay. All right. So this is Milz 505, Milz musician, whatever you want to call me. I don't really care anymore. We're still in season 2. This is actually the second interview today. I don't usually do 2 interviews on the same day. It just depends, honestly. We had this one scheduled earlier, but we had to postpone. But it doesn't matter because we are here in the building. Um, so yeah, season one of this interview series was last summer. Season 2 is this summer, 2021. And today we have who?
Yes, hello. I am Mini from France, and this is a big shout out to Milz 505 for inviting me.
Nice, distort there. That was really nice. You should put some bit rate on it, or some bit depth while you're in it. Or was that sample rate? Oh no, we lost we lost your video.
My cam died. Wow.
It just died.
Okay, it's back. Hello.
Can it survive? All right. Okay. Yeah, and it's back. And it's back. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you want to take us through the meaning behind your stage name?
Okay. So basically, for my stage name, it's a very funny story because I had a friend whose name Kes, and we played Fortnite together for like 2 or 3 years, something like that. And for trolling, I named myself Mini Kes, and like I was like, okay, it sounded great, but Kes doesn't fit. And since I'm small, I said, okay, let's try Mini, and then it became my stage name.
Okay. Would people ever ask you like where's Mickey and Goofy and like all the Disney characters?
Yeah, a lot asked me that, but
I guess it's just me. Unlucky. Rip effing chat for Milz. Okay. So, any like pre-beatbox stuff about yourself, like your favorite kind of music, your kind of influences growing up, anything like that. Before we start getting into all the beatbox stuff.
so when like I was 12 or 13, I've listened a lot, some traps, some trap, some drum and bass, and some house. And like I was really into it. And then one day on Fortnite, I've met a big boxer, and he was doing house, and I was like, yo, that sounds great. How do I do it? And then like I started beatboxing by that.
Okay. So that's how you start. Okay. All right. So now you want to. Okay. So question from the chat already. All right. Um, is beatboxing more of like a serious life thing, or is it kind of just a game for fun? That's how I understand the question.
For me, beatbox right now, I'm 2 years in, and that's like small to be honest compared to big beatboxers. So for the moment, I take it as fun and not like a competition or life because I'm still young. I'm 15, so I don't care about money and things. So I just take it like fun. Same with loop, to be honest.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so now you want to take us through kind of like the journey behind your solo beatbox and then kind of like the style of it.
So for solo beatbox, I started by the guy in Fortnite, and
Okay.
like I've started like everyone else, like basics and lip roll, of course, then throat bass, and after codfish, and like for like a year I was doing codfish, and then I got tired of it.
Yeah, I mean like
And
I
I
mean
found my style.
that was pretty much how a lot of us learn things. I mean, like when I started Loop, I did like 6 months of just Sorrow covers or like not even covers, honestly, just copies, so I could just learn the buttons and learn real basics of mixing and drums.
Yeah,
So would you say that pretty much like throat based stuff was like one of the first things you did,
yeah,
in terms of technical?
yeah. The throat bass and spamming codfish, the only things I did when I started.
Okay, all right. So now you want to kind of take us into kind of like where you are now. So fast forward, I don't know, 1 year, let's say 1 year, 1.5 years in, kind of like what are you kind of doing like right now with solo beatbox?
Right now with solo beatbox, to be honest, I'm taking a break.
Okay,
I'm like in the middle of it, like I'm okay and not okay at the same time. But right now, I just do it for fun.
okay. Is there a reason why you kind of on a break, or like let me ask, like what were you kind of doing before? Like were there certain like Discord servers or Insta battles that you were doing kind of before you decided to take a break?
Yeah, I've did a lot of battles on Beatbox community, Beatbox International, and everything, which I don't want to do anymore. I'm just practicing to try to get better and maybe part in some competition soon.
All right, and then that kind of takes us into a question in our chat. So, who is your inspiration? If you have a person that inspired you to keep going in the beatboxing, and I assume this question can also mean loop. Before we start getting into your loop stuff.
Okay, so for solo, my principal inspiration right now, a lot of people knows it. He is Demon Bass,
Okay.
aka Top 8 France and Top 8 Florida 2019, I think, something like that.
Nice.
And Top 21 GBB 2020 online.
Wow.
And yeah, like he's my principal inspiration right now because I got a style very similar to him, to be honest. Like even though that's his pattern that he taught me and told me I can use it whenever I want, so I used it. But yeah, like right now, my principal inspiration is Demon Bass.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's you and him have a lot in common because you both do
Yeah.
solo stuff, both do loop stuff, both from France. Yeah, Damien. Okay. So now you want to kind of take us into looping. For example, like you're one of the few people that does really good solo and really good loop. Because like a lot of loopers, like they 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 spend a lot of time on sound design for like their kick and their hi hat and snare. But like, kind of take us through like how did you kind of transfer your skills from advanced solo stuff into loop stuff?
to be honest, right now, since like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm getting inspired a lot by Oxygenic because he
Yeah.
got such an, an
I,
amazing
I
sound
I
design.
interviewed him 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I was here in the beginning. And like he got such a unique style compared to others. Like he does real instruments with like machines, device that we don't even know.
Yeah, like in his drop a beat portion, I'm like, is that a real piano? Um, yeah, it was like, and then like the trombone stuff. It's interesting because like piano and harp stuff. I mean, like I kind of know how to do myself. Um, but I guess in his way, it's just his own way. I don't know. I guess it's kind of like how whatchamacallit, how like Gasper Grom when he came out of nowhere with with like the cleanest trumpets.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's like I guess like when you mention like the instruments, I guess that's what comes to my mind is like is like Gasper's higher trumpets. I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, people spamming in the chat.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's why I have a mod. That's why I got a mod working hard. Um, yeah. All right, thanks, Fog. Appreciate that. Um, yeah. So what was I gonna say? Yeah. So you said like Oxygenic was your loop influence. Um, do you wanna kind of talk about like your loop style and kind of like any events or jams or whatever that kind of got you to like how you're looping right now?
So basically, like I've started looping like. My friend is making me laugh. So I started looping from nowhere, like in November, like 2 years ago. I was just doing loop because of Sorrow, Rhythmine, like now that are like big, big,
Still,
big influencers for everyone. Like I've started by that. Then like I don't know, like today I just look at people's style and I'm just like, wow, so much people got different style, different techniques, everything, and and like yeah, like everyone is different today, and it's like really awesome.
nice. So like if you had to tell us, I guess we'll kind of do it this way, like kind of like your RC505 effects, unless you want to dive straight into any second devices. You want to kind of like take us through the journey of how you was started with the 505 and then kind of like I don't know, like your sound design or special sounds that you enjoy the most?
So I think for the 505, like almost all the community of loopers, only 505. Granular delay and panning delay, like just spamming them, just spamming,
but
spamming, spamming.
but would you I assume that you're talking like the 65, 65, 100 stuff pretty much. Is that the kind of
Yeah,
granular delay you're talking about, like the low frequency
yeah,
stuff? Okay.
yeah, yeah. Like uh,
Yeah.
I spammed that a lot and
Yeah.
did like combination of effects with that, and I was just spamming them around and around.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what I did.
All right. So then how did you kind of evolve? So like if you had to choose like different effects now, um what would you say that you use these days?
On 505,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't choose 505 anymore, so I don't know. Like I don't
Okay.
know. I don't choose 505 anymore.
Oh, okay. What about when you used to do like a second device, or even like and I guess when we talk about second devices, then it kind of gets into like production and DAW. So if you want to kind of take it into that second devices and like your DAW usage.
For second device, I bought an Elix like Line 6,
Okay.
and it's there, and like I bought it because like of Dice, of big influencers, but I don't like it. So yeah, like I don't know. I just bought it because it sounded great, but nowadays when you look at it, like when you first look at it in the first months, it's a really hard device to master
Yeah.
because there are many chains, many combination of effects, and the synth tracking, like the voice tracking, is
Yes.
very bad on the Helix on the synth.
So instead of a helix, like if you had to like what was I gonna say? If you had to like shoot, if you had to do it all over again on a different device, what would you do differently?
I think if I should buy another device than Helix, I think I will go with two devices actually, and not one. I think I will go with the SY300 and Mod Duo X
Okay, and why do you say that?
because Mod Duo X is actually like almost an infinite device. You have a 16-step sequencer in it, I think. You have like so much combination of effects. Like you can make your own effect. It's a VST host. So like that's insane. And SY300 because like it's a device that is cool to explore because it's a synth device and I love synth. So yeah.
Nice, cool. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. Oh, thanks in the chat asking about donations. Yeah, a link is in the description. That means a lot. Thank you. And eventually, when we get enough watch time and enough subs, we can start making money on it. And then, of course, as things come in, I wanna split the proceeds to my interviewees and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, lemony fish!
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm glad that the chat is popping. A lot of I always love community engagement. I'm really big about that. So yeah. Okay. Um. Okay. Now do you want to kind of take us into production? And I suppose with this you can kind of tie in your interest of mixing and mastering.
So for mixing and mastering,
Yeah, like
I
yeah, like for example, like your like preferred digital audio workstation, mixing stuff, mastering stuff.
so since I was like really young, I love doing sound stuff, like making music, making lots of random things. And like it's been a year, like I've been in Beatbox International and I've got like friends, like really good friends with Parth, actually Pulsate.
Nice.
And like we talked about a lot about sounds and sound mixing and mastering. And like I want I wanted to do like him because it was like insane that you know that you can make phone quality mics as good as a SM7B, and like it's insane. So like I've went into it, I've tried again and again, and now I managed to do it.
So for example, like if a beatboxer or looper comes to you, asks you for advice, how would you kind of get them started?
A beatboxer.
Yeah, so like just anybody kind of in the business, like they see your name, they see your socials, they want to hit you up and try to make their stuff sound better on release. Like what are some of the basic first steps that you would kind of guide them through?
For mixing or for like beatbox?
For like for the mixing and mastering stuff.
So basically, I just got a DM from my friend on Discord that she tells me that she gave you $50 and
Oh wow.
no donation, no donation
Yeah, yeah.
message.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Um, I will add a dono thing on the stream. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for the tip. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, and thanks for. Yeah. I'm dead. Please don't die on us. Yeah, so just like real quick, I used to have a Dono link, but then I decided I wanted to work on subs instead. But I mean, like the Dono link is always open. Yeah, yeah, Wooney, you said you wanted to be a mod. I think.
I want to be a mod too.
So many, I think you might already be a mod. If
No, I'm not.
actually right now, if you type something in there, okay, there you go. Let me make you a mod too. All right, you should have, and then okay, yeah, type something else. You should have a blue thing there. Let's see what happens.
Wow, I got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
oh, lemony fish.
Okay. Okay. So back on track. We were talking about your mixing and mastering advice and kind of like the basic process that you do to help your fellow beatboxers and loopers.
To be honest, with mixing and mastering, I want to. I tell them all in the beginning. I've just got something on Discord. For the mixing and mastering, I always tell them.
Pay attention, or I'm taking you to the principal's office.
Let's go. I don't mind.
Don't mind. Yeah.
So yeah, for mixing and mastering, I always tell them focus on EQing first, because EQing is the whole thing about the sound. I always tell them that. Then focus on compression, reverb.
So do you want to kind of like explain why? Like what are the basics of EQ, basics of compression, reverb, like that?
So basically, you know that on the mic you have some frequencies. Some mic checks from like almost every mic nowadays goes from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, so 20,000 hertz.
Yeah.
Which is like the human ear.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
And so basically, when we mix, we have the EQ, and on the EQ we have frequencies. So like we have maybe the EQ start at 0 hertz. We want to low cut it to 20 hertz. So all the sound that is not hearable by the human ear, it's like less quality. So we're gonna cut it. So the quality will be better. And since almost all of the EQ stop at 20k hertz, you don't want a high cut because just a less quality. That's the first things I tell to them. And like for like mixing, that's their own style. Like if they wanna EQ more bass, they can do more bass, but not too much, because with YouTube quality, minus 14 laughs and minus 1 true peak decibels. But yeah, like it's their own. They start like they want. They do their own process. I don't judge. I just give like things to make them better.
Okay. And by the way, okay, so you said that like Perth and Pulse kind of got you in there. So did they teach you? Was it kind of like self-taught, like you just watched a bunch of YouTube videos on your on the DAW that you had, like?
So
like, yeah.
Barth and Pulsate is the same person actually. Barth is his real name, and so basically in the beginning I've DM'd him because we were like really good friends, and and like I'm not gonna look Discord anymore. And like yeah, in the beginning I DM'd him a lot and tell like yo, can you review my mixing? Like, it was really shit mix because it was the beginning. And like, I was like, yo, can you check this? Can you help me make it better, maybe? And like, he told me some solution to make it better. I followed them. He gave me a lot of YouTube videos. I followed them too. But yeah, it's just the basics. And now I just learn other by myself or Matspeed.
Yeah, Madsby. Shout out to Madsby. That guy. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, oh, lemony fish.
Yeah. He Madsby. Yeah, like he teaches me stuff. So, but I don't know. Personally, I think it's really, really wise that you're kind of not like you're still kind of collaborating with people. Like you're not just going off on your own random stuff. You're kind of like seeing like what the industry standard is and stuff. Um, yeah, I think that's really wise that you did that. Um,
Yeah.
okay, great. Love this live. It's chill and fun. Good to hear that. Great, good feedback on that. Um, he doesn't need mod. He's bad. Well, too bad. I think he's good.
Unlucky bro, get nay-nayed.
Get Naynade. Brought to you by Kyle Eschvins. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, lemony fish.
Lemony fish.
Yeah, that's a French meme.
Lemony fish. Interesting. Okay. Um.
Boom.
So you said that you're 15 and you're just kind of worried about like doing kind of school stuff and having fun. Um any plans for the future? And that might include like French community, international community stuff. Uh, things like that.
Yeah, so for the future, I wanna go or in the music, the sound, like all the sound music part, or I wanna go into the informatic part because I love PC and I love, yeah, that's basically.
So like, what could you see yourself doing? Um, or is it just kind of like, or is that kind of stuff like a little bit too far on down the road right now?
Yeah, for the moment, I don't really know. I just want to go like in one of them, but in a good thing. Like I feel good,
Okay,
you know.
cool. All right, question from the chat. What is your favorite type of beatbox? So it can be house, drum and bass, non EDM.
Yeah, I think right now it's house. I'm just spamming house like all the time.
Any specific type of house? Like there seems to be more and more and more breakdowns of each genre and midi genre.
I don't really know. Like
Like deep house, minimal, bass.
I don't know.
Or-
I just do so much stylus of bass that I don't even know what I'm using anymore. Like I just call this house.
Yeah, like personally to me, I try not to like get trapped in like categorizing everything. Like to me, honestly, like music is music at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, here's a question: which community did you find out first? More of the French local stuff, or was it honestly more of the online stuff, like Discord?
Online stuff. First community I found is actually I think Aspire Beatbox
Ah, okay.
or uh, or like Onkago Beatbox. Like it's not known community, but it's like one of the first. And I won my first ever beatbox tournament on Onkago Beatbox. So like,
Nice.
and like yeah, I've started by this community. Then I found some French people, and we just spoke, and they invited me to French server, then international.
Do you think that you'll eventually do more like live gigs or like GB like try out for GBB stuff, or is it just kind of depends on your schooling or future work?
Yeah, right now, I think just for fun, I'm gonna try entering worlds on loop and solo. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you traveled like been to live events? Is it more kind of or more just kind of like local and being safe from like COVID-19 stuff?
I've never went to any live events. Never. Like even like small events in my like city, never.
Yeah. Let's pretend COVID-19 didn't exist. Would you still go, or maybe feel a little shy?
I will go. To be honest, French champs, that's what I'm waiting right now because I've prepared a lot of things for French champs on loop and solo. So
Okay. Nice. Question in the chat, but I'm not the best at French. Il a dit zig zigaz zigaz. Il a dit zigaz. What? Sorry. What are they asking you?
I can't say that here.
Oh, oh, is it bad?
Because you said the word and like
It's bad.
at first I tried not to laugh because
Oh,
Jake,
yeah.
if I translate it to English,
Okay.
it's you know the guy engine.
Yeah.
And he asked, "Did you say the guy engine?"
Okay. That's hilarious. Having a little too much fun with the chat.
Let's go.
All right, so I think we're at the point. Tech, it's cool. We haven't had any tech issues. This live stream is going a lot faster than it has. Any other questions, comments, shoutouts before you drop your beats?
I just want to shout out all my friends, of course. So I want to shout out Meili, of course, because she's an awesome person, and yeah, I can't thank her that much. Like, I don't have any words to thank her that much. I want to shout out to my friend who next in the chat, and I want to give him a big support because he lost his dad a few days ago, like 2 days ago.
I'm sorry.
So
Sorry to hear that.
I want to give him a big support and a big shout out. And he's my CSGO mate too. And I want to shout out all my squad like for fun. So like Nimi, Dark Knight, Triffy, like everyone.
Do you have a name in that squad, or is it just a bunch of friends?
No, it's Teletubbies.
Teletubbies.
Yes.
Teletubbies. Wow, I haven't heard about Teletubbies in a while. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, it's up to you if you wanna go on Ripcord and drop your beat.
Yeah, gonna do it right now.
Excellent.
Okay. 202. I have so many servers. Yo, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Whoa, my mic. I just broke my mic, but it's okay. Okay. Let me turn my threshold down. Yeah, okay. Don't wish solo. Let me switch my camera angle just so we can see the loop and everything. Wow. I have too much, okay? Let's only see the loop. I'm gonna use Helix 2 as my second device. But yeah, let's go. Is the sound good? Oh, wrong timing, but it's okay. Pana, 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 pana. Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Thanks.
Right. Yeah, yeah, woo, yeah, yeah, woo.
Woohoo!
All right. Well, there you have it. Any inspiration for that track? The style.
Yeah.
It was house. It was like ocean house or something, like a trance.
Yeah. So for that, I want to thank Malek, my friend, because
Oh, yeah.
the plug sound is from him, and like the melody that is behind, like it's the plug sound, but I've used 100% of the helix. So like I've used completely the CPU on it. But yeah, the principal sound is from him. So yeah, just want to
Okay.
thank him.
I see what you mean. Nice. All right. Any other questions or comments before we end the stream? And that can be either from the chat or from you. Anything else you want to talk about?
have any.
or-
I don't have any. Just contact me for mixing. Easy.
Yes, please do, please do. And that's why I always put people's socials on the screen. So at any time, this entire past 35 minutes, you see his Instagram and his YouTube. Okay, all right. Just a big love. Yes, sharing the love. Good, good, good. Excellent. Great to see. Okay. All right. I will bid you an au revoir. Thanks for coming on.
Au revoir. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for inviting me.
You're welcome.